Good morning. It's Vijay here. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. Today is 24th October 2025. Yesterday, I had cautioned on the kind of euphoria which was prevailing in the market, especially in the pre-market when people talked of Gift Nifty going up by 400 points, and that was based on a news item from Mint, which said that there is going to be a trade deal, imminent trade deal, and in this week it should happen between the Prime Minister of India as well as President Trump when they meet on the sidelines of the ASEAN meeting, and that through 15 to 16% tariffs vis-a-vis 50% is what we have got, and what even the allies have got just 15% with all kinds of concessions. Most of the countries around the world have got anything between 20 to 30%. So it looked very odd because one is no other financial networks carried that. Second, it was clear that the Prime Minister was not going to be physically present at the ASEAN meeting. He is doing it through online. And then we had also the situation where, he has still not done a trade deal with China. And China has, I think, it got a tariff of about 30%. So if we get 15, then China will, press their case for much lower than 15. So it looked very difficult something should come up by this weekend. However, I still expect some trade deal will come through, which will be definitely lower than 50%. What it is, we will know over the next few weeks to months, as per the statement given by the Commerce Minister, where he mentioned yesterday after the market that we are in dialogue. That Piyush Goyal mentioned that we are in dialogue with US on a trade deal. Commerce Secretary has visited US and met his counterparts. We continue to engage with US and talks are progressing. That is what it is. As of yesterday evening, we continue to engage with US and talks are progressing. We hope to work towards a fair and equitable trade agreement in the near future. These are statements made by Piyush Goyal, our Commerce Minister. So I think I would give more preference to this rather than the article in the Mint. So yesterday, what happened was that it opened high for a long time. It was there till around 1:30. Everything looked hunky dory against all logic, but then logic came into play after mid session, and then you saw Nifty almost. I mean, it closed in the negative. Bank Nifty closed in the negative, but the last half an hour adjustment made them a little bit better. So Infosys was the biggest gainer because the promoters do not want to subscribe to the buyback. Therefore, a lot of buying happened, hoping that the rate of conversion will be higher for people who submit their stocks. The worst, of course, was Zomato, which has not come with good results, and also Reliance is now stepping up on the gas, and it will be a very tough competition. It will give a very tough competition to all these Zomatos and Swiggies of the world. Nifty Bank hit record high, but as I said, it all came down in the last 1 hour, and so we start afresh today. The leaders were IDFC First Bank and Axis Bank. IDFC Bank, we had a short-term position as well as a long-term position. The short-term position we have sold. The long-term position we continue to hold. Mid cap and small cap ended in the red. In fact, advanced decline was in favor of decliners, 2:1. So sectoral movers, if you take IT was very good with 2% gain on the index. FMCG was up for second day. Lever reported the results. In my opinion, it is very poor. In fact, I was surprised that the management did not have anything new to say, excepting that they will put in greater efforts. So I think, and with a PE of nearly 50, I don't see why anybody should be investing in the lever. We don't have it. I'm not a SEBI registered advisor, so there is no question of me advising whether to buy or sell that. Whatever we have or whatever we want to buy, I put it here. PSU banks closed in the green. Bank of India was the biggest gainer. Realty was positive. Mills and Prestige Estates did well. Pharma, the top loser was Ajanta Pharma and Cipla. Cipla should do well today because of their tie-up with Eli Lilly. And energy was down. Adani Power, HPCL, all of them fell because you see when the US put sanctions on two Russian companies, our Indian companies do have interactions with one of them, Diara Energy, which is owned by Rosneft. Even Reliance said that they are going to change their strategy, and so therefore Reliance also was quietly hammered. Metals were slightly lower. Only Hindalco and Vedanta went up. FIs continued. I mean, we came back to their regular routine, which is they sold. They sold about 1166 crores. DIs bought more than three times, about close to 3,900 crores. Yet the 2,728 crores net buying did not save the market from coming down. So one has to be very careful. Just source-based information is not the. I mean, is not the place to really take your bets. So I would again caution that this market, one should wait for solid information, confirmed information before actually taking a decision. So what happened to the US? US was very volatile, but all three of them closed higher. And oil prices surged 5% because of US sanctions on Rosneft and Lukoil. There is also some information which said that the PSUs of China have stopped buying, but I don't know how far it is true because there is no real confirmed information. There are only source-based information. I'll take it with a pinch of salt because China is getting Russian oil at cheap, and why would they want to get afraid of US sanctions when they are not got afraid of major sanctions against them directly? So indirect sanctions, I don't think they should be panicking. Uh, so what has happened then? Russia has fired back against Trump, saying that what they are doing is very unfair. But that is what Trump always does. Everything what he does is really unfair most of the time. On Europe, DAX went up by 0.2%. CAC and DAX went up by same number in terms of percentage. FTSE went up slightly higher at 0.7%. Today, the Asian markets have rebounded, and we should do well because the gift nifty is showing higher numbers. Dollar index went up to 99, but now it's around 98.7. Gold and silver are in a narrow range, though there was panic in the morning on the ETFs because of the margins being put by NSE. NSE, of course, nothing much happens there through NCDX, but nevertheless, they were hammered in the morning. Globally, also, further margins have been put on gold and silver. So you will see gold and silver being range bound, is my understanding. Sooner or later, people will forget that there is some investment to be made in gold and silver. That is the time a long-term investor will should be investing, in my opinion. And we are there. Whenever we get money, we will put money in gold and silver. But we are there for the long haul, something like next Deepavali. So, what are the stocks to watch for today? As I said, Cipla, for instance, because the tie-up with Eli Lilly should be in focus. Defense stocks, the government of India has put some 79,000 crores orders, which will come into fruition in the next few months. So that should do well for the defense stocks. Crude oil prices have gone up. Hero Motors have tied up with another company called MotoCP in UK, so that may be in focus. Then you have Syngene. They have increased their biologics facility. Then the negative side, you can look at Colgate, which has not come with good results. Reliance and other OMCs like HPCL, BPCL, and IOC. IOC we own Oil India also, so we may get benefit in Oil India, and we may get a little bit hit on IOC. We have bought IOC because of the fundamentals, and also because government has put in money into OMCs recently. Results of IOC should be good. It's got a good dividend yield. Hence, we are there. And now coffee prices are going up. In fact, copper, aluminium, zinc, and you also have these other commodities like coffee. Coffee prices have gone up, so there could be some interest in CCL products and Tata Consumer. Tata Motors has come under a rating review, and it has been negative as far as passenger vehicle outlook. That is as far as S&P is concerned. Uh, so today, what is happening is today we get HSBC manufacturing PMI. You'll have forex reserves in what shall I say? What the monthly forex reserves? What is the status? More important is in the evening we have the US CPI data, And I feel the market is not going to get bothered by CPI data, whichever way it comes, because end of this month, I think Fed will first do two things. First, they will say that they are stopping quantitative easing, and then second is they'll reduce interest rate. Both of this are like fuel to the fire. So I think global market should go up. I also think Indian market should go up, independent of the trade deal, which may come a few weeks later. So we are positive, cautiously positive. Yesterday I was much more, cautious. Today I'm a little less cautious, but still we like to wait for the weekend and before getting aggressive. So right now we are looking for stocks which we can buy on declines. So we continue to buy on declines. So whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.